Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be telling you a few tips and tricks that will hopefully give you an advantage in stunt races in GTA 5. Curb bissing. This is known as curb bissing, what the car is doing on the right side, because you use a curb or a bump in the road, or even a ripple strip like I am doing, to give yourself a massive speed boost. As you can see, the car on the right absolutely smashed this car on the left, just from this little curb bissing on this small straight. Now we take curb bissing to a racing track on the right, with a racing line that everybody should have. In the middle, this is a racing line without any curb bissing, and on the very left, this is no racing line in the middle of the road using barely much of the track. As you can see, curb bissing doesn't do very much on this track because it's small corners, but it still does make that difference from winning and losing. And then the one with no racing line is a massive difference that everybody should be not doing. Okay, now we have, this isn't a scenario, but this is racing tubes. Now, while having a line on a racing track, you also need a line in the racing tubes. You do this by going up on the sides of the racing tubes. Now on the left side we got where you just stay in the middle of the racing tubes. Now as you can see on the right, this is a massive difference. And if somebody is going in the middle of tubes, you can give yourself a massive advantage. Next clip is more of a myth busting, where people say double clutching makes a big difference. Same with short shifting. Now this is a straight road, so it's not going to make a difference, or at least a big difference. But as you can see, normal and double clutching is the tiniest bit apart, and then short shifting is absolutely behind. But yeah, I'm not very good at short shifting. You might be able to make yourself have an advantage by doing it. Next we have gliding, which a lot of people should know, but a lot of people don't actually do this. Now gliding can be very difficult and you can often go off the road, so you have to be very careful, but if you do it successfully, as you can see, the person on the right did gliding and made a huge margin. Now we have car gliding, which is very similar to bike gliding, but where you have to, instead of doing a wheelie in midair, you have to do the opposite, where you lean forward. But this is more of a myth busting like the other one, and gliding does not make a difference when it comes to normal racing, maybe competitive racing, but it's the tiniest bit of difference where I would not even bother doing it. Alright, now we got Racing Alley, and this is more of a scenario if you're on the main straight. These are 3 different clips of 3 different routes that you can take. Now the left one on the very left is the one that most people take because it's following the road and you kind of feel like you need to take it, but actually if you see, the right one leaves the second and third one for dead, and the third one's not even competing. Honestly, it's really far behind. Okay, this tip is another scenario where at the start of double loop you have 2 options where to go. Now I never knew that these made any difference what side you go on, but I realized after recording this video, if you go on the right side of this clip, you actually make it to the checkpoint and the speed boost way before the left one does. Now we have another scenario on East Coast where there's an awkward tube that slows you right down, but not many people know. But if you veer off the left or right side of this tube, you can do a loop around and you make a massive speed boost, and it does not slow you down at all. Okay, now we have another scenario on Canyon Crossing where if you turn, you have an option to turn left or right. Now right is a sharper corner and you can often fall off, so always turn left because you can go full acceleration. Now I have a real clip of real gameplay that I was playing, and about 5 people or 4 people turned off to the right side and only one person made it out. So I thought that's like, it's a pretty hard corner to go around, especially with 4 people, so always take the left route. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some small, very basic tips that everyone should know. I'm just going to talk about these quickly. First one is definitely wheelie in a motorbike. It makes you go a lot faster, but some bikes don't let you wheelie, so you just have to lean down. Okay, next one, make sure the car or motorbike, as you can see in this clip, is upgraded the most in engine, transmission, brakes and turbo to give that extra speed. Now you can test out all the different suspensions because they give you a different feel. Okay, last very basic tip is stay away from the people at the start that are fighting. Honestly, I'll just drop back, otherwise this can happen.
I have osteoporosis.